Alright, welcome to the first official, unofficial episode of Cups. I am Mr. Wizzy.
AKA.
AKA.
So you don't want to give out your real name?
Fuck no. But, no, so this is the first episode of Cups that you've been all waiting for ages. Forget about the schedule that we said we were going to talk about.
Forget everything that you know,
Yeah.
because everything you live for is a lie.
Ho ho. That video that we posted up saying this is what we're going to do, we were lying. Don't believe anything we say in that video. Well, believe some of what we say, but not the Cups part. So we decided to turn Cups into a podcast instead of making it a video,
To fill your wonderful ears with a little creamy goodness.
because it was just getting a bit too complicated as a video, too much nudity, sword fights non-stop.
Yeah. Like fencing. We used little fencing swords and just wore the masks. That was it. So there's plenty of flopping, plenty of chinging.
Ching.
That's not racist, by the way. I said ching. Ching. Like a little ching in your armour.
But we weren't wearing armour.
Your face armour.
Face armour.
So to protect our beautiful faces.
Our beautiful, delicious faces. So like I said, I'm Mr. Wizzy. This chap sitting beside me is the delicious.
G Floods.
So the format now is going to be, we're just going to talk about whatever we want. And we're going to start on one topic and see where it develops from there, where it evolves from
It could
there.
be boring some parts, could be exciting, but it's going to be more exciting. So just keep listening. I'm sure you'll find. Well, hopefully you'll just enjoy listening to us conversate,
Exactly, yeah.
like on a first date
Oh,
where you're eating food off that plate.
trying to make a female your mate.
Oh, you ruined it. I was going to say something else there. Like you're bringing her back to your room to mate, but you said you're trying to make her mate. Sorry.
The fuck am I? Right, so what we're going to talk about first is, well, we didn't, this is the problem, we didn't decide, shit.
We're not going to talk about anything.
No.
We're just going to.
We'll start on one subject and see where it develops. So I'll kick it off with G Flood just beat me in Top Trumps.
Top trumps, yeah.
Top Trumps, so. But no, because we were talking about, we played a game of Top Trumps and it was a DC version of Top Trumps.
Yeah, so it was all the pretty major characters from the DC universe.
But,
Couple of bad guys, couple of good guys. I
but
won.
also in it, it's a lot of, is it accurate? Because we talked about the three things were, or the four, whatever it was intelligence, fighting skills, strength and speed.
Speed, yeah.
So, but things like Scarecrow was a pretty low.
Scarecrow was
it
pretty low intelligence.
6, and like someone else was higher than him. So I didn't think
Like
it should
fucking
be.
Lois Lane or something.
Yeah, Lois Lane.
Scarecrow was a fucking genius. He's a scientist. Like.
And this is like, you know.
Lois
and
Lane is a newspaper reporter or something, isn't she? For
Yeah,
the
she's a
Daily Telegraph.
journalist. Yeah,
A journalist,
yeah.
newspaper, whatever they call it.
So that's what we were talking about. That like, was it real? That, you know, it would that be in real life?
You got it from Deals for $1.49.
Yes, probably. The Boo Crow.
Yeah.
I love the Yellow Lantern. That's probably not the thing, actually. The Yellow Lantern.
Lewis Lamb.
Super guy.
Brian Wayne.
Super guy and runs really fast guy.
Lexington Luthro.
They're all part of the really good league of people.
Have you played much Top Trumps in the past?
I remember playing Top Trumps when I was a lot younger with the cars, I think it was, which was kind of mainly what was in Top Trumps at the time.
I had a Transformers Top Trumps.
That's what. Yeah, I remember having a Turtles Top Trumps for some reason, but I don't know whether that was right or I just because all of my toys in my childhood were Turtles.
They're real old and the cards were fucking huge.
Yeah, this is like because when I seen the Top Trumps, like it was DC DC superheroes or whatever, so I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And it was $1.49, which is a pretty good deal. See that? Because I bought it in deal.
Deals.
Right. Just wanted to make sure you got that.
I got it, don't worry.
Yeah. So, but that's from my younger days of my top trumping career now has been over for a while, and clearly you can see that by the way I lost. But yeah, it was weird that back then I just remember it being like cars, planes, and like army vehicles. I don't know whether it
No,
was.
the Dinobots, type thing.
I don't think I had them.
There was one they were selling on Comic Book Man. I saw an episode today.
Oh really?
Some guy came in with like two figures, and one was a
Oh,
Optimus Prime, the other
yeah.
one was a Dinobot. I think.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name, but it's a pretty.
It was like the main dino. It was a T-Rex, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I can't. It's a pretty like obvious name, and I just can't think of it
Like
right now.
Megazord.
Those Power Rangers, crazy man.
Oh, the Green
Mega
Ranger.
wasn't even Megazord, was it? It was just
Was it Meg? No, that
Zord.
Was, no.
Zord
the
was
internet.
the Power Rangers boss, like, or not the
Power-
Oracle or something. What did I say?
You said Oracle there. For the.
Their Oracle. He was like an Oracle. Who was full
Oh
of
no,
wisdom.
he was. It wasn't Zod, was it?
Zord.
Zord.
Zordon.
Yeah. Zordon.
Hey.
Wait a minute, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about fucking top drums.
Yeah, but that's what this is about, isn't it?
No, but that's what I'm just saying. You're going off subject now. I want to know
Oh,
what was the
Jesus.
dinosaur's name.
Check it
I'm
out.
googling it. But
While Mr. Wizzy's checking that out, I just want to say if you want to follow us on Twitter, if the real underscore Mr. underscore Wizzy here at on Twitter, you'll find him, and mine is what's mine?
G,
G
underscore
G
floods.
G underscore floods, and yeah, Twitter. You'll find us. We're there. But if you get a chance, give us a follow. I'm not going to be pathetic and say, "Oh, I follow back," because I probably won't. But like, well, if I know
if
you,
you're
I'll follow
posting
you.
stuff that we want to see, we'll follow back.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Yeah.
He'll follow you. I'm desperate for the followers. I'll do anything.
I'll do
I'll
anything,
suck
but
your
I,
dick,
but I
man.
won't follow back.
Yeah. Give me a follow, but I don't follow back.
Right.
But and check out the Tropical Vice page, and there's plenty more
On
to
Facebook,
come.
yeah.
There's the Facebook page. I'm not on it myself now, but in the next month or so, I hope to kind of slyly slip my way into it, like a little sly little otter into a little wet dam. But as a beaver, isn't it?
No, the otters
Beavers
do
do
dams.
dams.
Beavers and I think otters do it as well. Here, I can
That's
only
something else to
Google
check.
one thing at
but
a time.
anyway, what's this robot? This dinosaur
His
robot?
name is. Hang on, I had it there and now it's gone. Great.
What did it begin with?
I think it was like an X or something. There's a guess for you. I think it was like a letter. Wait, it was. Nope, that's Optimus Prime.
They sold him as well in the same episode. Check it out, Comic Book Men on
It's on-
AMC. They're also on. I don't know if I should say this because I don't know if it's legal or not.
Grimlock.
Grimlock. That
Was
was
a
his
T-Rex? Is that? Yeah,
Yeah,
Grimlock
that
was.
was it.
Yeah, sorry.
Didn't get a good price for him, even though he's a mid-80s toy
Like,
figurine.
if you look at the toys that
He
we
wasn't
had,
boxed though. He
See,
wasn't
that's
boxed.
the thing. Like, imagine remember when we were kids and getting like a Batman toy or a Power Ranger or like a Turtles. Like, you're not gonna go, oh wow, this is a great toy. I'm gonna keep it in its box.
Well, no kid will do that.
Exactly. So it's more.
But you're
of
a collector now, so.
We see, like, so that if you had kids and they wanted a toy and you kind of knew, right, this show was really popular, and right, well, I suppose it's easier kind of because nowadays TV is shit really for kids.
Yeah.
There's a few good shows, but like if you alright, so say if you were a parent back when Batman the original series was on, do you think you would have went? These are going to be worth money in a few years, and keep it in.
I
that
think
box.
now, back then, I wouldn't have cared. Or it depends. Like if you're the type of person who's into that stuff.
Yeah. see,
Like
that's
let's
it.
say my mum and dad would not care of any superhero related thing ever, but because me and you are, if we had kids and they got that stuff, we'd be like, don't open that packaging,
Yeah.
because it could
Yeah.
be worth money in
Yeah.
years to come.
Would you not
whatever.
just buy two? Because you might be like,
There's a recession here, like
you're going around having kids on anyway. No, I think I'd be that type of a parent that'd be like, well, maybe we'll keep it in the box. Don't
but
fucking
they'd be
touch
like,
it.
no,
I'm gonna put it up on this shelf.
Yeah, it looks nice. Look, you can play with it, but in the box.
But this, alright. It doesn't fit in the car.
It doesn't.
No, but I think because I'm still such a big child that, like, I only recently bought like a Batman figure and a Joker figure, and I was like, oh yeah, and I'm not gonna play with them, but I still really wanted to take them out of the box, and I ended up taking them out of the box to see what they could do.
Yeah.
But then put them back in to try and make it look like they weren't taken out.
Well, I have tons of figures at home for my my confirmation presents. Have a guess what I went out and bought. That would have been out around the same time.
What year was it? Would have been
2000.
when you made your communion.
Yeah.
What do I mean?
Well, you were probably a year before me.
I don't even. It wasn't 99, was it?
Well, you were the year ahead of me in school.
I suppose. Right, so 2000.
You could have been 99, right? 2000, I earned nearly, whatever it was, €300-400 pounds.
Yeah.
And
You went out and spent that money.
yeah,
all
went
in
to
one
Smith's toy store and have a guess what I bought.
day. Right, so it's your communion, so you would have been still what?
12,
7?
11, 12.
Well, you're not that
Confirmation.
old. Oh, confirmation. Sorry. Right. I'm gonna go maybe with a bit of a risk and say gargoyles.
No, I did have a gargoyles, but I bought 3 figurines:
Oh.
Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul,
Jar Jar Binks.
and Jar Jar Binks. Opened them up, brought them home, couldn't fucking wait to play with them.
I had.
You had a Jar Jar.
I had a Jar Jar. I had a Darth Maul. I had a Qui-Gon Jinn as well, and I think I had an Obi-Wan.
I think I had an Obi-Wan at some point
You
as well.
McGregor, one Kenobi.
You and McGroby.
McGroby. Yeah. This is the thing though, when you think about when we were younger. I mean, I remember going to see The Phantom Menace and loving it.
Yeah.
But now as you got older, it was just
Like
like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
This
I
is
actually,
awful.
I personally liked the, not the actual droids, but they were droids that kind of rolled, destroyer droids.
Oh, and they
or
had like
something.
a force field around them.
Yeah, I actually thought they were pretty cool.
good. Yeah,
I
like
have
them.
one of them in a Lego type thing, and you build it and you can roll it and it opens up and
Oh,
doesn't actually shoot or create a
They're
force field.
shooting.
But yeah, the only things I have in packaging are a while ago. John very kindly bought me a Riddler figurine from
What was that Arkham City? Oh,
Arkham
yeah, I got that
City.
too, and that
That's
was- yeah.
still proudly in the box that hasn't been
Yeah,
opened.
that was my because I bought one of them for me first, and I was like, oh, this
You
is
buy one
cool.
for you buy one for me.
Hey, that's the way I do things, you know. And I was like, oh, it's such a good toy, and like one of my favorite characters. And your favorite?
My
isn't it?
favourite ever DC character.
As-
I'd add.
But we'll go back to it in a minute. But anyway, yeah, and I bought one and I was like, this is fucking amazing. And within probably about half an hour of getting home, I ended up ripping. And it's in one of those type of packages that when you open it, that's it, it's opened. It's not in a box. It was like all plastic. And I remember I ripped mine open. And it's now I'm proudly on display in my man cave, but there is that little part of me going, oh, in a few years.
Well, you learn from
Gary's
mistakes.
gonna sell his, and it's gonna be worth thousands. It might be worth like a $5 or something.
But then you have your Howard the Duck #1. that
exactly,
you're gonna
that's where I'm
sell.
gonna make my money.
Howard the Duck, check it out. If you've never heard of it, check out the movie. You'll get to see your first ever pair of duck tits.
Duck tits.
With
And George
nipples.
Lucas had a hand to play in that.
Yeah, George Lucas, yeah, he did.
So there you go. That's where Jar Jar Binks probably started when he was just like, I can get away with anything.
But any other figurines you regret taking out with the packaging?
A lot of my turtle ones, and
Yeah,
recently I just got I moved recently, and I got up into my attic before I left just to kind of see what was up there because I knew I'd gotten rid of a lot of toys, but this is one toy I think was handed down to me, and it's an original Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's like a
From the 70s?
from the 70s. It would have been before the 70s, wasn't it?
Well, 77 was the first one.
Well then, yeah, it's well, sure, that's the only movie he was in.
Who was it handed down from?
I think it was my next door neighbour gave it to me, possibly.
Was it all
But
in
it-
bad condition?
No,
or
it was in great condition when I got it.
in packaging.
It's when it got to my fucking hands as well. No, it wasn't in packaging.
You
It
didn't
was
have a fucking straight to hell match with them from the wrestling.
No. I was like, it was pretty, like, it was about that size, I'd say. Now, obviously, you can't see, but remember the original Action Men figures?
Yeah.
The big ones. It was about that size. And me, being the child that I was, decided to get a Tip-X and paint a pair of tits on Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Ah, here.
The same Obi-Wan Kenobi that I've seen for sale for at least €70 now, in packaging, to be said, but still, I drew tits on Obi-Wan Kenobi. And in
Why?
Tipex.
Is this some type of fantasy you have?
Alright, this is the weird thing as well, that when I was up in the attic and I was getting all the boxes down, I had a box full of just Action Men figures. They were all naked. They all had their clothes taken off. None of them had their clothes. Their clothes were all in a separate box. I thought,
Smooth grinds.
what was I up to when I was younger? Like,
Something you might want to ask your psychiatrist.
yeah. And I used to place them in weird positions.
I had I recently bought. Did you ever play Resident Evil 4?
Yes.
I really like that game. The main character Leon,
Yeah.
big character in the series, and I bought a figure of him, and also a figure of him, but just with a jacket on. So the only difference was him without a jacket with a t-shirt, and another like replica with just a jacket on. €20 each, and I bought them, and I still have them in home with the packages.
See, this is the thing though, that like, this is how much control companies have over stuff.
Yeah.
Because even recently, I was getting comics and Walking Dead 115 was out, and they released, I think it's like 7 covers, I could be wrong on that, but like each cover has like a different picture on it, but if you put them all together, it basically makes up the story so far. And it's like, you know, people will actually go out and buy those 7 or whatever covers just so they can say, oh, I've got the full collection. It's the exact same comic behind every cover. Like, it's not a different comic. There's nothing different. I was just like, how can you? And like you're saying there, it's literally the same figure but with a jacket. Like, that it's just crazy that they can do. Like, I even remember I was going to buy, I think it was Arkham Asylum figures now, possibly, and it was the Batman. Oh, sorry, what? It was the Batman Arkham City, and it was Batman, and then you could also get Batman, but detective mode Batman.
Okay, so what's his eyes light up or something?
No, he's just like a different colour. He's like all white kind of a thing. I didn't buy it. That's when I bought it.
Batman?
But he wasn't all white. You know the kind of way, like, it's more highlighted when he's in
Yeah.
detective mode. It was kind of like that. Like, say, so his suit was a bit brighter. Like, it wasn't
Kind
as
of a
dark.
luminous kind of.
Kind of, yeah. It was almost as if it was like, I don't know. Maybe it did glow in the dark, but it was kind of had that kind of feel off
That's
it.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
But you'd still want to have it.
But there's that part of me that, like, and only recently I seen the they re-released, I think it is, all the Arkham Asylum figures. So there's like the Joker, I think there's the Scarecrow, pretty like all the bad guys and good guys or whatever from the first game. They've re-released. I was like, oh, I want to get, but it's like €20 for something that I don't want to take out of the back. I'm not going to play with. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not a child.
Yeah.
But then again, I did go and buy Top Trumps. So
what other figures were you a fan of when you were younger? Like
Turtles, obviously.
But let's say Turtles, because I know both of us were very big fans.
And
of
I think anyone who grew up around our time was Turtles.
Anybody who grew up in the early 90s, late 80s knows all about Turtles.
Yeah.
As a kid, young boy, you're more than likely going to be into Turtles. And girls too, like maybe. Well, my girlfriend, Jenny, how's it going, Jenny? Loves the Turtles as well. She's a big, big fan. But all
Wait,
that
isn't
aside,
she a former fan of the year?
yeah, nothing to do with whatever. Anyway, all that to the side. Did you have biker mice?
Yeah, I had biker mice. I had biker mice from Mars, Street Sharks.
Did you have the
Street
biker
Sharks?
mice from Pluto?
Oh!
Hey, you're alright.
Yeah.
You're alright.
Episode 1, I think.
Who was your favourite biker mice? Or can you remember their names?
Mo was his name, wasn't it? Mo.
Modo.
He had the Modo, sorry. But yeah, they called him Mo.
Mono, the guy who...
He had the eye patch and he had an electric arm.
Electric arm.
And then he had a little gun that flipped up.
Shot
It was probably
lasers
the
out.
shittest gun ever.
Can you name
That-
the leader guy?
No.
I can.
No, yeah, go on, what was that?
Throttle.
And the fellow, he had like half a face, didn't he? Well, not half of
Vinny.
his face was metal, Vinny. I was going to say that with Jesus.
Little white mouse. Come on, man.
I was going
Come
to
on.
say that.
Okay.
Jesus. What was your favourite part about the toys, though?
What was it?
Your favourite thing? Joe, my favourite thing was...
The motorbikes.
No. The fact that their little antennas went in when you put their helmets
Oh,
on.
yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Is that like what happens when you put a little helmet on your little antenna sticker?
Oh!
Hey!
You get the fuck out.
And the old Street Sharks.
Street
had all
Sharks.
them figurines. Bucky O'Hare.
Bucky O'Hare.
Space Monkeys. Captain Simeon.
Captain
and the
Simeon and Space Monkeys. I think I remember I had Captain Simeon and I had, I think it was, no, sorry, I only had Captain Simeon because I just kind of got bored with it because I was a bit freaked out by the figure.
I had all of them, and I had the whole ship.
The ship.
After that, still at home. You can have a look at it next time.
Oh.
Uh,
Gary actually only recently sent me a picture of all of his toys. You were up in the attic and you got all your toys out.
Yeah.
And it was scary the amount of toys that you had,
That you had.
I had as well. That was like, oh my god. Now, Gary's turtle collection, I thought my turtle collection was impressive, but Gary has these amazing turtle ones that I couldn't believe it. Like, you had the robot versions of Bebop and Rocksteady, and there was a turtle one as well. And I was like,
Yeah.
if I'm right, the turtle one, you had like a brain on the back. And like
It's like a little, you put your finger over it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that, and that I was just like, oh my god! And his arms came off. If I'm right, well, they could
You
come
would
off.
break them off.
Could break them off. But I was like, gee, I remember getting those in Valley News over beside, you know, the credit union in Springfield, where Super Value is.
Super Value in Springfield? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, near where I play basketball.
In there?
I got them in. Sorry, there
No
used to be
disrespect.
there used to be a toy shop I think next door to it that burnt down, and I remember I got them in there.
Was this like during a raid?
I got burned down mysteriously when I was in there one time.
Everyone looting the place.
Yeah, no, I didn't steal during them. As it was burning down, me crawling through the rubble. But I remember always kind of getting a lot of my toys in there. I remember remember Bendies. I think that's what they were called.
Up there? Is that the name of the shop?
No. Bendies the shop. Come in, boys.
We sell all these. What's called them things? Those little springs that flop.
Dildos.
Slinkies. Dildos.
No, I remember. You probably remember them. They were like, remember thumb wrestlers.
So I just think these springy things that flop. But wrestlers, what?
Remember thumb wrestlers? They were like the figure, but it looked as if they were sitting, and you put your thumb in their back, like they sat on your thumb almost.
What the
Oh my God. I had a
little wrestlers that sit on your thumb.
Rowdy Piper. What was his name? Wasn't it? Rowdy Roddy Piper. Sorry, I had him.
Rowdy Roddy up as Piper.
And I had a Hulk Hogan as well. This is a real thing. Please, someone out there back me up on this. But
I don't remember them at all.
But anyway, I think like the next stage of that was Bendies, and you can still kind of get Bendies.
Wrestlers that you just bend.
They bent anyway. They were
And,
almost like
and they clicked when you bent?
They had, yeah. Do you remember that? I had like a Jesse the Body Ventura one of them. And
I think I had just the Undertaker.
but they were real
The
shit
Rock.
because they just kind of looked real stiff and like in the packaging. But I remember getting them. I was huge into dinosaurs when I was a kid, and obviously Jurassic Park came kind of out like in my childhood. So I had all the Jurassic Park toys. I had like I remember I had this Triceratops, and like you squeeze it and its head used to move, I think, and you could take out a part of it.
Yeah, I had the T-Rex, and you could take a little chunk off the side of them.
That's right. Yeah, and you could like.
And then I had just like it's like the T-Rex, and then like a black version of the T-Rex.
That's what I was gonna say.
They're trying to be a bit diverse.
Yeah, they used that like with the Jurassic Park toys. I remember getting, the dinosaur that has like the flappy things. I want to say.
That kills the fat guy.
Yeah, the Dilophosaurus, I want to say. But I don't think that's right.
I have no idea. I can look it up for you.
I've got a big old book of dinosaurs over there. But him but I remember you could get an electronic one that you pulled his arm and he roared, and you could also get then a little smaller version of that, but they used to fill it up with water and you'd squeeze it and it shot out water. And I had them obviously. But like, it's just, I think it doesn't seem that kids are playing with toys nowadays.
Unfortunate.
Even like
They're all into their twerking.
They're all just twerking.
They're all into their twerking and their fucking skittling and whatever you call it.
Twerking, skittling, and fucking what are those things called?
Selfies.
Selfies. And
Duck faces.
What's that thing called? The scooter thing. It's
With
really
the
popular.
3 legs. That swivels.
Is it a swivelly?
I think you're just making up.
A little swivelly. What's it called? That's gonna fucking wreck, man.
It's just a scooter that you put 2 legs on.
You put 2 legs and you kind of.
It just moves
It
anyway.
has a
you
name
want.
though. It has a special name.
I don't know.
It'll come to me. But back to toys growing up. Do you remember Mask? M.A.
It's like he races
really
or something
small.
like that, or
Mask.
it was a cartoon.
Yeah, it was a cartoon. There was like the.
They drove cars or something.
Yeah, and they had masks.
Yeah.
But do you remember that? Did you have the toys?
No.
the toys are like they're really small, and I loved that. I have that show on DVD and everything. Volume 1 now. I'm not a crazy man. But I just think back then toys were so simple. I think kids don't have imaginations nowadays.
Well, I don't want to say the kids are retarded, but they're not retarded. It's just it's all about phones now.
Yeah.
There's no imagination.
Exactly, there is no
So-
like they don't need to use their imagination.
But would we have been any different if we were the way they are now?
Right?
Would we have been
So
the
if we
way
were-
they are now if we had phones and internet and porn? or
Probably,
whatever?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is it. I think there's too much at hand for kids nowadays. Like, you know what I mean?
But
Like
everything's
that.
on a plate.
But not even that. But I mean,
And I'm
like,
not going to sit here
all you
saying.
need is like a phone, basically, and you could access the world. You know what I mean?
But yeah, well, like I'm not going to sit here saying I'm one of them kids who didn't have anything back in the day. Like I had a phone by the time I was like 12 or something.
Whoa, come on now.
Not maybe 14. Like,
I was
but-
14, I think. When I
About
got my
14
first
when I
phone.
had my first phone, so I'm not going to sit here saying I wasn't one of them kids who. Like I had
But is
the,
it-
I had the
but-
snake and everything.
Yeah, but think about
Before that, I had my Lego, my figurines, books, Animals of Farthing Wood books.
Hey, that was the shit right there.
Yeah.
Still got
I
mine.
had all that crap. Had all my videos, my Disney videos. Like,
Yeah.
I was just a kid.
But like, think about like, or are you saying like about having phones or whatever? But think about the phones that we had when we were 14 compared to the phones that kids now have nowadays. Like,
Well, there were phones. Let's just say there were phones where you couldn't take pictures of yourself.
that's it. But all I
Selfies. I mean, selfies.
all I could do, I couldn't even play games on my first phone. My first phone had like a really small screen, so if I wanted to write a text, it used to like scroll across, or if I received a
I
text,
remember them
it would
phones.
scroll across.
They
so
were
it's like-
huge as well.
they were fucking bricks,
Yeah.
and this tiny little screen on them. Like, so nowadays it's just, and no one even texts anymore. It's all, you know, oh, I'll Facebook you or I'll tweet you or
I'll Skype you so I can see your face.
yeah, and all this kind of shit. So it's a completely different generation. That does seem that it's like, what, you want me to play? Actually, like, move my hands? I can, like, you know, watch a simulation of people doing that on my phone.
Oh, hey, take it easy.
And I think we need imagination back, people.
I don't know. Let's try start a campaign to bring back the old school.
But this is it, but then again, it's like they've reinvented so many things so many times. Like the Turtles are now on Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
In
I
an
don't want to
animated
talk
series.
about that. Like,
Before that, though, they'd been brought back as well.
yeah, like
He-Man was brought back.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't
Biker
do
Mice
it.
was actually brought back.
It was. I was trying
Yeah.
to think. But this is it, and like. but
Do you know what
King-
I'd like to see being brought back?
Oh, what?
Toxic Crusaders.
And that was I was I remember having all those figures, and they were the weirdest looking figures ever. I remember I had like the Siamese twins one, and one
Yeah,
was like really
one was
smart,
a
and one was like
professor, and the other
surfer.
one was like crazy. Or
Yeah.
something like that. And then
And
there's
then
one that
there
was
was
kind of
the
like a dog.
dog.
Yeah.
There was the fellow with the big huge nose, and you got to put stuff you took off his like little
Goo
hat, and
stuff or
you
whatever.
came out through like snot,
Yeah.
and then there was obviously the Toxic
The-
Crusader, but that was like I've seen the original movie. Have you ever seen it?
I like the live action.
Yeah,
No, I never
I think
seen
it came out before like the TV show.
I
and
think that's what
everything,
it's based on.
but it's so mess. It's not kid friendly. No, there's like tits in it. There's people having sex. I think the word cunt is used a few times
Whoa.
as well. Yeah.
Like the spider that lives underground. That's what actually my mom told me when I was younger. What that word actually meant. I go, Mom, what's a cunt?
That's a pretty good conversation. Mammy, what's a cunt?
We were walking down the road and some people were having a fight and they're like, oh, you're only a bleeding cunt. And I said, Mom, what's cunt mean? She's like, it's like a spider that lives underground. So,
So you were raised your whole life thinking when people go, you're a fucking cunt.
yeah, until I
Why
watched...
did you call me a spider that lives underground?
Joe, and I realised what it actually... When I found out what it was, and ironically it was my mom who told me in the end what it meant. But we were watching... people are like, okay, what's he going to say? Like,
Yeah.
we were watching Silence of the Lambs,
Oh.
and it was when Clarice was walking through the prison, and some man in one of the cells decides to throw his semen at her and says, "I can smell your cunt." And I was like,
You can
Ma'am,
smell her spider. that
"Ma'am,
lives on
can
the
he
ground."
like smell a spider on her or something?" And she was like, "It's actually a really, really dirty word for vagina."
And then you were like, "What's a vagina?"
But also, while I think of it, while the Plaza Hotel here in Tala was getting built, they had all big, massive barricades around the whole site, and we were driving past in the car, and I had the word "gee" on it, Gee, gee, and I go, "Ma'am, what's that?" She's like, "Oh, it's G, like it's like, oh, gee whiz," and I was just like, "All right, okay, G."
And that was how the basis of Tropical Boy started to form at that young age.
But yeah, that's how I found out all them words about vaginas.
Through your mother.
Through my
I love the story though. It was like, what's it called? A spider that lives underground.
fair play to her. Like, what else
Yeah,
could you think of straight away off the top of your head? What's it called? It's a curtain.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's a bad example. It's a plate.
You know when a light bulb just goes out all of a sudden?
That's a cunt.
That's a cunt.
Well, yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Depends on
Jesus.
what you're doing.
Right, let's just stop.
We'll get off the topic of cunts.
Right, do you want to take a quick break and
Yeah,
we can
we'll
get
take a
some
quick
drinks?
break, get some drinks, and we'll be back with more.
Yeah, good luck.
Take it easy.
Higophilic here.
It's a damn hot spot.
Higophilic here.
You don't like it or not.
Higophilic here.
We ain't making a fuss. Don't step to us. You gonna get fucked. Hey guys, welcome to the world of Higophilicus with me, G Floods, and this guy, Mr. Wizzy. Oh my god, we got a new album out. It's got such crazy songs such as Higophilicus, we got The Goods, The Girl I Wanna Fuck, and Itty Pop, and so much more. You can order this album on Bandcamp for free. You got it? Free. Say it with me, Mr. Wizzy. Free.
And we're back with part 2 of Cups.
Hey, everybody.
So, if you've heard the first part, which I'm sure you have, we've been talking about our childhood. We've been talking about how naive G Floods was and how he learned what the word cunt meant.
We've all learned
We've
words.
all learned.
What words were you told as a kid? Were you told any words that meant that had any
don't
different meanings
think so. See, I always
to hide their real meanings?
probably. Well, I really don't remember. I don't remember kind of any bad words. I remember when I found out that bitch meant dog,
Female dog.
female dog, like, and gay meant happy.
Yeah. I was always told gay meant happy.
I was told that.
so I
as
was to
well.
say, so
Well, I
oh,
thought
you're
that's what
gay.
it is. Does mean, but yeah, that's the thing. I was told it meant happy. So people were like, and it went on when we were kids, and it still goes on that like kids call each other gay and blah blah blah.
It's not a nice word, but like I use it not in a
Don't use it in a
derogative
derogatory
term.
way, yeah.
It's
But
like-
but I remember being called gay when I was like younger for like doing whatever, and I was told, oh, it means happy. That I used to think, why are they slagging me for being really happy?
Yeah, well,
So this is the thing, but I don't know. I don't think there was many other words. Like I said, when I found out bitch meant female dog, I started using it like crazy. I sounded
but
like
a
fucking
lot
Jesse.
of a lot of girls I have heard find the word bitch very offensive for some reason. Well, I suppose you're being compared to a dog,
female
like,
dog.
but I wouldn't think of it as like a.
It'd be the same as calling someone a bastard
someone or cunt, like.
or a cunt or
Because
any name.
I think the word cunt is one of
It's
the
the
worst
worst.
things to
Yeah.
be called.
Oh, I think I'd agree with you on that. Definitely.
Now, like, my personal favourite is dickhead.
I think I'm more of an asshole person. Yeah.
No, that's gay.
Yeah. No, but I think if I ever get too angry, I just say you're an asshole. No, I say
Asshole or arsehole?
no, I say asshole. You fucking asshole.
You fucking yank. You fucking
Fucking A.
asshole.
I'm trying to fucking walk here. Fucking asshole. No, I am very Americanized. I just think like you're saying, they're arse or ass. I say ass.
I say, like, oh, John's an awful pain in the arse. Like,
Yeah, I'd say ass.
Would you?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, you kind of look like an ass man.
That's what she said.
That's what she did say.
But yeah, no, I think. Yeah, I say ass. I'm very Americanized for some reason, even as a child.
Maybe it's because he was in New York three times.
I was in Canada as well. Yeah.
I was
No,
only
but-
in Florida, so I can't really say anything.
But no, as a child, I remember my mom was always telling me. I never said fridge. I said refrigerator. I didn't say
Yeah.
soother. I said pacifier.
Now that's
I
a bit
said,
of a weird
when-
one.
No, but it's like, you know.
I said doty.
Well, I said dowdy as well, but I would have said kind of pacifier.
What would you
soother.
call? What would we call little buggy a stroller?
Yeah.
Mom, can you push me in the stroller?
Nappies would have been diapers.
No,
garbage.
don't say. You didn't say diaper.
Call my mother
You
up
didn't
right
say-
now.
You didn't say diaper.
I said diapers. No,
And you didn't say garbage.
I said garbage. They don't know where I got it from.
Where's the garbage truck?
Mom, where's the garbage? That's why I said it like that. Mom, I need my
Trash. Did you say trash as
Oh,
well?
I said garbage. Come on, give me some credit. Yeah. Trying to work here, man. You fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat my bacon. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I got like green cheese. Yeah. But no, so I'm that bit. I've always loved American culture, as you very well know,
Yeah.
and I'm real into.
No, you're into your American
I'm into
sports.
American
You're into your
sports and
basketball a lot, aren't you?
American football. I got into baseball. It's a really boring sport, but it's
I
one of
can
those
imagine it being a
things-
lot like cricket. I don't like cricket, so
You love it.
I don't like cricket.
I don't like cricket. All right, drop the subject.
Oh, I kind of get what you did there.
No, it drops.
I love it.
You got so defensive though.
I did. My eyebrows raised a bit.
I don't like cricket, alright? I couldn't get that going on and on. It's made you angrier and angrier. You love it. No, I don't like cricket, John. But, yeah, so I'm that bit more kind of Americanized. Because when I went to New York, I loved it and it felt as if I was like, I'm home. Because when I was growing up, I was the tallest person. So it's almost as if kind of I was like, because nowadays kids are really tall nowadays. Like I see people and I'm like, how old are you? That's walk up to kids. Hey, how old are you?
How old are you, kids?
No, but like you see kids walking to school or whatever, and like they're these fellas who are almost like 6'2" or whatever, and I'm 6'2" now. I'm
You're
like,
not 6. I thought you were 6'3", 6'4".
I've shrunk, Gary. I was left out in the rain for too long. I'm like, yes, you have shrunk.
Yeah, I'm thinking in other ways.
Oh,
He knows what I'm talking about, right?
Hey,
That's
hey,
right.
hey.
Drink to that.
But I can't even remember what I was saying. Now, but
We're talking about being Americanized.
Being American.
Taking
Yeah,
out
when
the
I went
trash.
When I went over to garbage, come on, man. Well, you bitch. No, but when I went over to America, I felt real as if I just fit in, as if I wasn't a tourist almost. I didn't stick out as a tourist, I think, in any way. Because it was a culture that I've always been interested in and the way they dress. Hip hop culture as well, I suppose you'd say. Like I was really into like baggy clothes when I was growing up and things like that. Everything's fucking fitted now because I've got an amazing body.
He does.
But,
I've seen it.
But when I was growing up, so when I went to New York, it was real easy. It wasn't as if I was on holidays almost. You know what I mean? It was real. I slid in.
Do you think you fit in over there?
If I was to like move over there,
If you were to just, if I
Wake up.
plopped you right on the street there in the middle of Times Square,
would
you wouldn't get any like tourist stares.
I don't think I would. No.
I think I would because I'd be looking around. Well, all right, you've been there.
What is this place?
You just made one of the weirdest faces at me. You're like, oh. But you've been there 3 times before.
Yeah.
You would know the gist of it.
But all right, I'll be honest. The first time I went, I was like, whoa. But at the same time, I was like, come on, yeah. The fuck, I'm trying to walk.
If
here.
I was there, I think I'd be quite a touristy looking person.
walking around with a map. Oh,
Where's
man.
the dancing cowboy or the naked cowboy?
That's the game. Yeah, but that, and I think it is like I think
Did you see Godzilla?
Godzilla.
King King. Woohoo, Goji Goji.
Oh, but yeah, no, it was King Kong that invaded New York.
Yeah, it was a
I
joke.
would say Godzilla. Oh, so you can get defensive about cricket, but I can't get defensive about accurate
But I
facts.
don't like cricket.
You love
I
it.
love it. I got it now.
You got the joke,
Because
you
I
got
know it now, I'm going along with it now.
Those are the jokes. That's what you're going to get every week from us. But back to being Americanized. Yeah, I am very Americanized, and I think that's where I'll leave that subject. Just walk away. Just walk away. No, but
But all right, I was thinking of a subject there while we were talking, and
so you weren't listening to what I was saying at
no,
all, were you?
I was.
Whatever.
Something about being Australianized.
Yeah.
But
You're really good at speaking German. Is that what you're saying?
I heard you like the old Nazis now. But
I don't.
for the record,
For the record, I
we
don't
don't
like the
support
Nazis.
any type of Nazism.
No.
But
I read a comic book where Nazis are getting killed. And I read
I'm a massive fan of Captain America.
huge Captain America fan.
But anyway, I was thinking there while we were talking about the dirty language.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a big fan of the dirty language? Would you use it in everyday life?
Yeah, pretty much. But it's
When I
almost
say
as
dirty
if-
language, I don't mean, oh yeah, dirty. I mean like, fuck shit, cunt, bitch, bastard.
I never use the word cunt. It's probably say like in this podcast, like the first time I've probably ever said it in the last year or whatever.
Really?
Probably, I'd say it joking. I'd never say cunt in
Well,
a bad way.
in a bad way, yeah. I
Um,
wouldn't say it like.
Yeah, I use fuck and shit and asshole are probably my top three that I use every day.
I like dickhead. I say fuck all the time.
Yeah.
I'd never say
fuck.
feck. I'd never use feck.
I say bollocks.
If I'm talking to my mom, maybe I'll go feck off. But like, I wouldn't say like, no, it's a mammy thing. You know,
Yeah,
feck
it's a-
off.
yeah.
You cunt.
It's the way you don't say fuck off to your mother. You say feck off to her. You have a bit of respect.
But yeah, I wouldn't. Fuck is a common thing now. Fuck is like and it's like just
Yeah,
a
exactly.
thing you use every day,
Yeah.
without even realizing you.